Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So today we're going to take you to our wood shop.
We're so excited to share this with you because this has been a year-long journey for us, planning and processing and also setting up and making sure that things are functional and perfect for us. So stay tuned. We've got a bunch of fun-packed things that we're going to show you in this video.
But before anything else, we want to show you our logo, which is handmade.
Show them that. That's one of the first projects we made in the wood shop, and it's very nice. So you ready to jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, let's jump into it. Let's show off some of the layout and then we'll go into the tools.
Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Woodshop! Standing in my left-hand corner,
Edge with a spear! With a spear to McIntyre!
Alright, hey guys, welcome to the Woodshop. Alright, to start, we'd like to introduce you to a special friend of ours. This is a rough sawn plank of walnut, and his name is Mr. Walnut. And as you can see, if you can get this shot, Mr. Walnut is messed up. And what I mean by messed up, we'll use the caliper for this, is his lower half is, let's change that to inches, 1.49 inches, and his upper half is 1.95 inches. And that's just the beginning of it. If you look down Mr. Walnut, you can see this big bow, and there's actually some narrow parts and it gets wider, and he's also got some rough, here's his brother. Anyways, he's got some rough spots here. This is a rough, very, very rough sawn piece of wood. We chose this because I want to show you the process of how we get this to be a clean, usable piece of wood. So let's start off with cutting this to a manageable size. All right, to start, we'd like to talk about dust collection. Mr. Walnut has toxins and particulates that can get in the air and interfere with your sinuses. It's actually pretty unhealthy. So what we've done is we've created a dust collection system with a series of blast gates linking to each tool. Now these blast gates have an electronic limit switch inside of them that when you pull the blast gate open, the limit switch opens up and turns on the vacuum system. So this wiring diagram looks pretty simple in this video, but it took quite a bit of trial and error. If any of you are interested in setting up your own automatic blast gate system, send me a comment down below and I'll get you hooked up with the wiring diagram. So I'm going to show you the first tool that we're going to use. All right, Mr. Walnut, you ready for the pain? So we've got a miter saw here, and this is a 10-inch with a slide, so we can cut up to 12-inch material. And it's designed on this to slide back so we can fit through here. There's 2 feet of space, but we're limited to square footage in here, so this is the process we took to get it to work. And open up our blast gate. Put it here. Anyways, we've got Mr. Walnut here, so we were able to cut a section of him off. This is going to be just a manageable size. If your work piece was going to be longer, you'd want to cut the section that you need, but for the project we're going to be using this for, this is the perfect length. Oversized. Some tools in the wood shop are noisy, and to stay focused and also to preserve your hearing and eyes, you want to use PPE. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. And I don't have any clear glasses, but this will work just fine for this video. Our second tool that we're going to process Mr. Walnut on is our 8-inch jet jointer. This is going to give us a square edge and another square edge to work off of. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to first start with the back side. So his brother is going to disappear. So we'll just set this board here, give you the illustration of how bad this board was. And now we have this perfect square. So now that we've got a perfectly square edge, let's go to the next tool. Our material, these two clamps here, and they'll also get the particle list. Alright, so we're going to give Mr. Walnut 2 square edges. And how we do that is run them through the table saw. So let's just pick a width here. I'm going to go with 4 1/4, so that we'll actually cut some off. We're about to say goodbye to Mr. Walnut's face because the next tool is the 12-inch DeWalt planer. Alright, so for this next tool, I must say this is probably one of my favorite tools. We're going to take Mr. Walnut, who doesn't have a face anymore, and we are going to resaw him and do what's called book matching, where you take the grain and open it like a book. So let's go ahead and set the bandsaw. This tool we use a lot in the Woodshop. It's a digital caliper, and it helps us find out where we're at. A tape measure and another kind of measurement tool is really good, but this gives us the exact measurement. So we've got 1.15 inches. So let's find the half half of 1.15, and let's try and be as close to that as we can. So as you can see, the bandsaw did a pretty good job resawing this. Let's go ahead and plane each side so that we have two smooth boards.
So after plating Mr. Walnut, we're going to put a design on our computer and work through our powerful CNC machine.
All right, so to use the CNC, there's a lot of things happening at once. First, you want to make sure your material is clamped down and square with your gantry. Next, you want to make sure your G-code is running and is not scrambled or anything like that. So we've got our technician here, design artist, coming up with some good stuff to carve for you so that we can show you how the CNC works. Let's jump into it. All right, so we've got our design here thanks to my wife, Linnell. And quick side note, CNC is a few different things. CAM, CAD, and your operating system. So this software, VCarve Pro, is CAM and CAD. So this is what helps you design, and then it also helps you run what's called tool paths. And then we've got our controller, which we'll get into that in a second. Anyways, here we go. So we take our design, and then we go over and we create a tool path. And let's just do a pocket tool path. We've got an 1/8 inch mill, and we'll do 0.1 inches deep. I know I'm moving fast. This isn't really a how to use CNC stuff. This is a show you our shop. So this is a thank you, and we'll do 1/8 and mill. Calculate, and this is what we'll get. Speed that up a little bit. So right now it's creating the tool path, is what this is called. There we go. And wow, what do you think, baby? Does that look good? Mm-hmm. Okay, great. So let's go ahead and save these tool paths. You're on the controller, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's just see. This is our XYZ touch plate probe plus by Open Builds. This thing is for champions. All right, my love. Bring the gantry to the left. Wait, just a touch. All right, that's good. Z down. Another 2 of those, 1. All right, that's good. Stop there. That looks good. Now we're gonna hook our magnet up to our spindle. All right, go ahead and go to your probe. All right, wait, let me get down here so we can see what's happening. Or you can go ahead and probe. All right, probe complete. Turning on our spindle.
And you can do it 10 months.
Opening up our blast gate. Okay, so Mr. Walnut is feeling pretty good right now. He's got a new face. Let's go ahead and clean this face up. I've got 2 different stationary sanders. There's 18-inch open end by Grizzly, and then there's this other Grizzly sander that has multiple attachments. This thing is pretty cool, but this is more for edge sanding and cleaning up hard to reach sides. If we want to do some planing with a sander, that's why we're going to use this drum sander right here. So let's go ahead and turn our dust collector on. All right, so we hit it with the drum sander. Now we're just doing some hand sanding here, just cleaning up some of those burrs, some of the things that the sander and the CNC couldn't clear up. So, all right, so we've got our router table. We're just going to put a quick round over on this side. Mr. Walnut, let me open the blast gate. Well guys, we didn't use some tools to process Mr. Walnut, like the clamps over here. Like obviously we didn't use this guy here. We didn't use any of the hand tools other than the drill and the impact. The hand sanders, the belt sanders, the skill saws, any of the hand tools like chisels and stuff. Measuring devices, squares, like the pocket hole jig, we didn't use that. The dowel jig, we didn't use that either. The drill press, we didn't use that. And our organizer, we used this for the screws, but we didn't show this. And our sliding storage for our finishes and our tapes. Our glues. And I believe there's one last thing that we need to do to that project. What do you think, sweetheart? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take care of that.
So there you have it, guys. That's the tour of our wood shop.
Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and do that down below. And like Mr. Walnut says,
like and subscribe. Ta-da!